Cold Return. Chapter 1. Sniper versus Sniper. Mission Specs. Fiction means not real. You be the judge. Names of individuals have been left out or altered for my protection. I fully redact my mission notes as a regular part of my security procedure and, as you will see, my personal safety as well. Countries and dates have been chosen to allow the story to have a place and time. They are not the actual countries and/or time frames, which have been redacted. I finished the preparation of my cave encampment, building a small fire at the entrance just as the sun retreated behind the western mountains of the stone-filled valley. The roasting rabbit and the pot of snow would be a feast after 2 days running from a determined assassin. Taking to the desolate mountains was the last resort, and I knew it. With the fire refreshed and the meal put away, I moved back into the cave. Not to use my bedding, but to shinny up the natural chimney within the cavern. It was a 70-foot climb, and I did it in complete darkness, feeling for the handholds and crevices as I inched my way up. Near the top, a small side tunnel to the face of the cliff allowed me to observe the mountains to the west. There were 3 places I would have set up an ambush. The sniper was in the third and the least likely because of the extreme distance of the shot. I used an infrared scope while I knew the assassin focused his targeting on the fire I had made. From my vantage point, the lower half of the assassin's body was blocked by the stone of the mountain. I eased behind the rifle sights, taking a deep breath and letting the air out slowly, clearing my mind of all but the target. Muscle memory and years of practice took over, launching the projectile. Seconds passed, and the body slumped. I maintained my position and reloaded, but there would be no need. 15 minutes later, the winter's cold faded the infrared image as the assassin passed into eternity. Getting back down was a little more challenging, but I knew I needed the fire and its warmth if I was to survive the mountain. I had escaped the second assassin sent to kill me. It would be an unfortunate story if I ended up a frozen corpse huddled in these lonely mountains. I had an ending to this particular stalk I preferred, an ending where I was home, and the nightmare of being hunted came to an end. My journey was far from complete. Home would have to wait while I searched for the person who sent the assassin. It was time to take action. About the author. Rath W. Acing is a pseudonym, an anagram created to remove celebrity from the author and place the focus on the central message of these adventures and other books contemplated. The E is silent. So is the warrior. But the vigilance, while silent, is real. The author can be identified as a part of these novellas, a character, either unique or composite, that moves through these military thrillers. As the publishing editor and an advocate of these adventures, I requested more background, but the dark stare ended my inquiry. Anonymity is an asset to those who walk the dark side of our world. It is a double-edged sword, taking away the rights of the individual for full disclosure, but providing shelter for the bearer of the burden of our protection. In my last conversation with the author, he indicated his prayer was that someday dark soldiers would not be necessary. On this and the underlying message of these stories, I place my credence of the author's good character. William Joyce, Project Advocate. This has been Shadow Soldiers 2, Shadow Soldier Series, written by Rath W. Acing, narrated by Stephen Floyd. Copyright 2017 by William C. Joyce III. Production copyright by William C. Joyce III.